In life, we all encounter obstacles, and those obstacles come in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. The question is, how do we handle those obstacles? Do we attack them head on, or do we allow them to make us quit? Welcome to the No Quit Living podcast, where we aim to motivate and inspire listeners to never give up on themselves, their dreams, or their goals. We will interview successful people from all walks of life as they share their no-quit stories when they had the choice to give up or give in, but they didn't. We thank you for listening, and we hope to be that jolt of positivity as you go for your greatness. Welcome to episode number 170 of the No Quit Living podcast. I'm your host, Christopher J. Worth, and today's theme of the day is Who is in Your Corner? I'm not sure who our quote of the day comes from, but it is one of my all-time favorites. Beware of people who are in your circle, but not in your corner. Today's episode is sponsored by the good people over at West Fair Communications, who publish the Westchester County Business Journal and the Fairfield County Business Journal. These newspapers do a wonderful job in covering all aspects of the business world within two of the most influential markets in the New York metropolitan area. You can also take advantage of their daily news feeds, which keep track on the companies and thought leaders in these important regions. For more information, take a look at www.westfaironline.com. Trust me, once you start reading, you won't quit. I'm very excited to bring you today's episode, as our topic, Who is in Your Corner, is something that I've been speaking about all year long. In January, I spoke on stage in New York City, and part of my speech was geared towards the importance of who is in your corner and on your bus. This past August, as we held our first ever No Quit Living event, I touched upon that topic once again. The feedback has been very consistent, as many people, I believe, are becoming more cognizant of who and where they spend their time. In March of 2017, I had a very eye-opening conversation with a good friend of mine. He had recently turned 40, and he shared some interesting advice with me. He went on to tell me that it was on the evening of his 40th birthday where he came up with 3 rules that he wanted to apply to his life moving forward. At that point, he decided that he was going to live his life differently, and he chose to spend less of his time and efforts with 3 specific categories of people. Number 1, people that prevented him from getting to where he needed to go. Number 2, people that brought negativity into his life. And number 3, anyone that didn't have his back. After we got off the phone that morning, I found myself thinking about what he had said. At that point in my life, I was entering a fork in my road, and his advice hit me head on. I found myself analyzing my circle, my tribe, as well as the people that I had on my bus. But I also immediately thought about those people whose corner I was in, their tribe, and whose bus I was on. That afternoon, I sent that friend a follow-up text message, and I asked him if he could please send me those 3 rules. He obliged, and I saved his message in the notes section on my iPhone. Over the next few weeks and months, I found myself coming back to those 3 rules and often thinking about them. I even opened the notes section on my phone and looked at those 3 rules carefully. As we're always looking to add value to our listeners, I would like to take a look at those 3 categories. In your own life, are there people in your corner who prevent you from getting to where you need to go? The people that say they have your best interest at heart, but perhaps their actions say something different. I remember my own mother always telling me as I was growing up that my actions spoke louder than my words. Who in your corner brings positivity? Those people that always look for opportunities to try to make the most out of each and every situation. Those that see the glass as always half full. On the flip side, what about those people who always find the glass to be half empty? That no matter what, they can always find the worst in anything or anyone. And lastly, as you look at your own corner, who really and truly has your back? When the going gets tough, who do you know will always be there for you, day or night, rain or shine? Something small or perhaps something big, who do you know will always be there for you? If people fall into 1, 2, or 3 of those categories, they are not bad people and don't need to, nor should you try to eliminate them entirely from your life. However, perhaps you should spend less time with them and more of your time and efforts on the other people. Those people that push you, motivate you, and really and truly want you to become your very best. When great things happen in your life, who are those people that you want to share them with? Is there one person that you know no matter what truly has your back, good or bad? When you need to be pushed or challenged, when you pick up your phone, who do you call or text? When you need a real answer to a tough question, and even though it might not be an easy one, who was always there for you. The famous speaker and author Jim Rohn has a famous quote where he says, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with." So my question to you is very simple. Out of those 5 people in your life that you spend the most of your time with, where do they fit? Do they keep you as is, status quo? Possibly do they bring you down? Or no matter what, do those people push you, challenge you, and always motivate you to be and do your best? This episode reminds me of another famous quote. Pay close attention to people who don't clap when you win. To conclude this episode, remember, it is just as important of whose corner you are in, whose tribe you are in, and whose bus you are on. It is never a one-way street. It goes both ways. As you go through your day today, tomorrow, and over the next week, I challenge you to take a close look at those people that you spend the most of your time with. Evaluate where they fit and adjust accordingly. Perhaps there's a person that you now realize you don't spend enough time with. Perhaps there is someone you need to ask to get off of your bus, or maybe there's someone else's bus that you would like to get on. Possibly, it might even be time to expand your circle. No matter where you are today with your own circle, tribe, or bus, keep going. Keep pushing. Don't ever quit on yourself, your goals, or your dreams, and go for your greatness. And lastly, to our listeners, thank you. We truly appreciate your time, and we hope our episodes inspire you to keep on attacking life and never giving up. To quote Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, it's always too early to quit.